What's up, people? We are live with the MMA Mainstream Podcast. I'm James, as always, joined with co-host Kaelyn. Kaelyn, how you doing?
Good. Another Friday.
All right, that's what I like to hear. And today joining us is Shane Cristie. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. So you're competing at this upcoming 559 fights, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So do you know who you're competing against, or is that still not known yet, even though the fight is, within a few weeks because we're now into April?
I'm going against David Mariscal.
For the title.
Yeah.
We had him on right before he won. So this will be all right. All right. Now tell us a little bit about your MMA journey and how you came to be an MMA fighter.
I started training maybe like 6 or 7 months ago, but the whole
Damn.
like, how I got into
Wow.
Sorry, I'm a little in shock because most people train for years, and you're just like, I just started training 6 months ago. Already getting a title shot. I kick ass. That's what I do.
No big deal.
Sorry.
No big deal.
Didn't mean to cut you off. Please continue.
Well, I mean, I've been wrestling since I was 6 or 7 years old, and then originally I was supposed to go to college and wrestle, and then it got a little out of whack because the pandemic and everything, and the season had gotten cut short and this and that. So I was just kind of looking for a place to train in the meantime while the gym was down. And then I ended up meeting my current coaches right now, and they got me into like jiu-jitsu and then boxing and all that. And so I was just training that for a while, and then just kind of doing that on the side of wrestling. And then after a while, they kind of just said, like, after about like a month and a half of doing that, they kind of just talked me into doing my first fight. And then once I got my first fight, and I just wanted to do another one after that and another one after that. And so that's how I ended up here doing all this.
All right. So how many fights do you have so far, since you've only been doing this for so long?
Yeah, I got 3 fights in right now.
All right.
Were they all for 559 fights or different?
Yeah, they've all. I did 3 of them in a row for 559.
Damn, what kind of finishes did you have, man? If you just keep snapping off, like, you must be just winning all the time, especially to get a title shot.
Well, my first, I was able to do so many in a row because my first 2 wins were pretty effortless. So I was able to do one after another. I got my first fight, I got a second round TKO, and then my second fight was a first round TKO, and then my third fight was one that was finally pretty challenging and stuff. So, but I won that one unanimous decision, and then now that lined me up for a title shot.
Very nice. Very nice. All right.
So what are your goals? Where are you trying to continue to fight in MMA for a career, or are you just doing this as like a side hobby?
I mean, I want to take it as far as I can while I'm able to. Like, I want to do a few more amateur fights and then go pro after that. I don't want to get stuck in amateurs for too long and have 20 fights in amateurs and never go pro. So I plan on continuing to win and maybe 6, 7 fights in amateurs and then go pro after that and see where I go from there.
So aside from 559 promotions, are you looking to just stay with them, or are you going to branch out, maybe go somewhere else?
I'm not too sure. Maybe go to another promotion, fight somewhere else. Right when they offered me the title shot, I think it's called Valley Fight Series. They offered me a fight over there, but it was like a short notice fight. But I don't know. It just depends on what my coaches say. I just pretty much listen to them and do what they say, and whatever they tell me to do, I just do it.
Now, would you go and collect? So let's just fast forward. Let's play pretend. You win this fight, you get the title. Would you go to other promotions and collect titles before you go pro?
Yeah, I seen some people do that. That seemed pretty cool, and yeah, that'd be something I'd like to do if I was able just to go to another promotion, fight for a title, and go to another one, fight for a title like that. But I don't want to get caught up in having to do like contender fights and have been doing all kinds of fights and stuff. I want to kind of just keep the ball rolling and go pro.
I say you get 3 titles and then just go pro, and then all right, there you go.
Yeah.
Don't have to do
Then I've
anything.
seen people been winning the California title or something like that. That one's pretty cool. Maybe see if I can fight for that one.
Now, what weight is this? Sorry.
Welterweight 170.
Okay. Is that what you're comfortable with, or do you have any other weight in mind that you'd prefer to fight at?
I've talked to my coaches, and we've kind of agreed that once I go pro, I'll probably have to drop to 155 because I think I'm a little undersized for 170 because I'm only like 5'7", and I could lose the weight if I really got down to it and tried to. But just for now, we weigh in and fight on the same day, so I ain't trying to like cut too much weight and then feel like shit while I'm fighting. So
yeah, do you ever have to cut to a lot of weight, or is it not a problem?
It's not really a problem. I sit around about 185, between 185 and 190. A few weeks out, I'll get down to about 180, and then cutting 10 pounds is pretty much nothing because I've been wrestling for so long that cutting weights like
that's pretty natural for you, then I bet.
Yeah.
And what gym are you fighting out of?
Valiente Fighters.
Oh, okay. How long have you been there?
The last 6-7 months.
So you started with them, and that's who you're with.
Yeah, that's who I started out with, and then
okay.
I also have a boxing coach. His name's Aaron Alafa. Gym's called Built for Life. It's also in Porterville, and he just helps me with my striking and stuff.
Now, did you find it difficult, being in Porterville, to find a place to train at, or was it easier because you do have fighters like Joe Soto there and whatnot?
I've actually never done any training at all with Joe Soto or any of his guys, but I mean, the gym I'm at right now, I just kind of came across it. It's not like I ever really went out and looked. And then my striking coach, he was like a friend of the family, so I've just always known him since I was in high school. So I just already knew that. So I've never really, and then like he's just like linked me up with other people to train with and stuff too. So it's always been pretty easy for me to find places. I guess I haven't had too much trouble.
Is your schedule pretty rough? Like, are you having to hold down a career also while doing this?
Well, I work 4 or 5 days a week, but I work pretty early though because I'll go to work at 4:30 in the morning. I'll be out of work by 1. So I usually just get out at 1. I'll be in the gym by 1:15 doing whatever. And then I'll have like an hour off after that. And then usually I'll go and do another practice after that. Or I'll run after I get out of my first practice and then go straight into another practice. So I'm able to pretty much manage my time pretty well and get a lot of good training in and make sure I get all my running and stuff done.
Now, do you guys do a lot of sparring where you're at?
Yeah. I spar 3-4 times a week probably.
Oh wow! Is it kind of like a light spar, or is it pretty like heavy?
I try to go light. I don't really prefer sparring too heavy too often. But
a lot of times it's not really that beneficial to go hard all the time. Especially fights.
I like to go like 80-90%, maybe a couple times before my fight, just to kind of like start getting the feel for us, like getting hit, knowing how to take a hit and stuff like that. So I like to go do hard spars every once in a while.
Now, do you have people at your gym that are comparable to your weight that you can work with? Or is it kind of all over the place?
Sort of. The only other fighter we have right now, though, is a heavyweight. So like someone that's actually training to fight, not really, but like just other guys though, yeah, like sort of around my weight, maybe a little lighter, maybe a little bit heavier, but I don't find it too difficult to be able to work with lighter guys or heavier guys and get good training in with them.
Now, you've only been in the game for so long. Are there any fighters out there that inspire you?
Not so much. I kind of just like my own goals inspire me more than anything else. Like what I want to do and the stuff I want to accomplish is kind of like the driving factor behind everything, that like all getting me up in the morning to go run, going to all my practices, doing all the extra stuff that I got to do.
Have you always been a fan of like UFC, Bellator, all those organizations?
No, not really. Like around when I started fighting, I barely started. Like I watched it with my dad and stuff when I was a small kid, but in the last 10 years though, no. And then once I started fighting, I kind of started watching a little bit more. I'm barely starting to kind of like watch it again now.
Yeah,
Now, when you watch it now, is it more for the technical aspect of like how they do certain things?
Yeah, I like to watch people that are the best at it to see like what they do, the traits they have and stuff. Like, what are these guys doing that got them to that level?
Has there been anybody that you're like, okay, like somebody you might want to emulate or look up to in that sense?
Not really, because I feel like everybody has their own style and one thing's not going to work for everybody. So you got to kind of like find your own style and, pick up your own things that are going to work for you. So I don't ever try to like copy anybody or anything like that.
Now, this is a question I asked just because I'm a movie nerd. Is there a action movie of any sort that has like helped inspire your career? Like last week we had a guest and he said his was Bloodsport. That was one of the like those just movies that was like, yeah. You know anything like that?
No, my favorite movie is Step Brothers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good movie. Nice. I can't deny that.
I like comedy movies. I'm not into the action too much.
Gotcha.
Why are you
sweating? I was watching Cops.
Yeah.
Have you ever been interested in competing in maybe like a jiu-jitsu tournament or just kickboxing or boxing?
Maybe jiu-jitsu. Originally I wanted to do like a jiu-jitsu tournament before I did my first MMA match, but I just like ended up not. But I don't know about kickboxing and stuff because since I'm a wrestler, like when things start getting tough, I always like try to turn to like my double leg. So I don't know if I'd ever want to do kickboxing. Maybe a boxing match, but maybe not kickboxing because I kind of like boxing a lot. So I might try that out one day, but I'm just more focused on the MMA.
Do you have any like close friends that train with you, or are you kind of like doing this thing on your own?
I got a couple buddies from high school that started coming to my gym after they seen a couple of my fights. But other than that, no, not really.
Does your family support you? Like, are they willing to go watch your fights and stuff? And
oh yeah, my mom and dad are always at all my fights, and they support me behind it pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's very important.
Yeah, they just tell me just don't get my ass whooped when I'm out there. Don't be just
don't make us look bad, man. Sorry. Don't make us look bad. Yeah. Now, we were talking about you've only competed for 559 fights. After this, I'm not quite sure how it works in the way of like if you guys are contracted or not. So, when you signed for a fight, or are you only signing for one fight?
Yeah,
it just is each show.
Yeah, it's just one fight for that show.
3 fight. Okay, so ideally from there you could continue with 559 fights, which I imagine you would, because they probably want you to defend your title. But where would you want to go? Would you want to compete up north in California? Would you compete down south? Continue competing around the Central Valley?
I haven't really thought about it that far, but competing somewhere else, kind of a little far away, that'd be pretty cool to go out somewhere and compete. But I mean, ideally, I guess it'd be in the Central Valley somewhere. It'd be the easiest. But I would always be open to going out and fighting somewhere else.
Now, have you found it difficult to look up info on the guys you're fighting? Like, you're competing for the title against a guy who's had quite a few fights, so that won't be hard to find video or information on him. But with your previous fights, did you find it difficult to find any information on the guys you were competing against?
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't try to look into that too much, because even if I was able to look at 10 of their fights, I would expect them to be coming into the next fight a little better than their last fight. So I don't try to I try not to watch their previous fights too much because I don't want to be sitting here like, oh, he's gonna do this, and then he ends up coming out here and doing something completely different, and then I'm in shock in the cage, like, why the fuck's he doing this? Why is he doing that? So I expect everyone to come in a little better than they were in their last fight. So I just try to get ready for everything.
So you said you're, more of a wrestler. Is that your go-to? Like, when the fight first starts, is your goal to get them down and then handle them on the ground, or you kind of just take it as it goes?
If I can, yeah, that would be that's where I'd be most comfortable. But I mean, if it doesn't, then that's fine too. Like in my last fight, I tried to go for the takedown at first, and then like it was a little hard, so I just tried striking most of the match. But if I can get the takedown though, yeah, I'll go for that because that's where I'm most comfortable. That's probably where I'll do the best workouts on the ground.
Now, have you with the fights you've had, are you finding yourself finally starting to relax, or when you go in, are you just nerves?
Oh yeah, my last fight I was so much more relaxed than my first one. Like my first fight, I went in because my first MMA fight, that was like the first fight I'd ever been in my life. So it was like a crazy experience for me. It was like just chaotic. Everything was just chaotic. I don't even like remember like 1 second of that fight.
Wow.
So, but my last one, I was able to like calm down, think like, what's he doing? What do I need to do? And like, because I was even able to, because like once in the third round of my last fight, I was wanting just to like bite down on my mouthpiece and just start trying to go blow for blow with that guy. But I was able to like think and like calm myself down. Nah, you can't do that. You're gonna end up getting knocked out. You're gonna end up getting caught or something if you just trying to go all crazy and stuff. So I was able to actually think and calm down and know what I need to do.
Did you ever get like that adrenaline dump from being like so hyped up?
No, well, I mean, I've kind of before. Another thing I did before I started fighting, I used to ride bulls. So I've had like high adrenaline, really high adrenaline like that, and so it's kind of like something I'm used to because I've had an adrenaline dump before, like my first time I started riding bulls, and like that was like it had me all messed up. So, but now it's not something too bad.
I bet this seems like easy compared to something like that. That's
in a way, yeah, because it's like I know like I can control what these guys are gonna try to do. Like when I'm getting on a bull, like once I hit the ground, like I'm not gonna control. No one's gonna control what a freaking 2,000-pound bull's gonna do to me.
How long have you been doing that?
I was also in rodeo since I was 5 years old, I think, and then I started riding bulls, and I rode bulls from the time I was 13 to like 18.
Oh my goodness, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Now I'm expecting to hear a story about how you took down a bull or a cow to the ground.
I used to wrestle steers too when I was in the rodeo when I was younger. When I was in high school, I used to do that too. So that's just some stuff that I used to do.
So now if you wrestle a dude, that's no problem. You're like,
wow. So do you live out somewhere where you have that around? I take it.
Yeah, I live on the reservation, the Tule River Indian Reservation, so I'm just like around a lot of hills and stuff.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Oh, wow, nice.
Is that what you do for your workouts outside of the gym, or do you just work out at the gym?
I work out at the gym, and I also like to run hills and stuff. I like to go out and just run wherever. I try to do like a minimum of 4 miles a day, and most of the time it's hills.
Damn, man, I'm gonna be glad if I get like 10,000 steps in, and this guy was running miles.
My knees don't work for running anymore. Man, I wish.
I guess that's why we do this.
Yeah.
Do you got anybody that you would like to shout out?
No, not at the moment. I do have some sponsors and stuff, but I don't have the whole list of them right here in front of me, so I don't want to shout out some of them and miss some of the other ones. So
it's all good. Well, let me help you. All of the sponsors, thanks.
Yeah, everyone that's been supporting me.
All right. Do you got anything else to add, man?
Nah.
No, you're good. All right.
Yeah,
well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate the time, and we look forward to you competing on the next card, especially against David Mariscal. That will be that'll be an interesting fight because he, like I said before, he was a previous guest, and I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to check that out.
That'll be interesting. That's really cool. You have to
Yeah,
let
very
us
much
know. We'll
I think
catch up with you afterwards to see how everything went and stuff like that. So keep in touch afterwards.
All right, then. Sounds good.
All right, thanks, Shane. Thank you for the time, man. All right, so we had a guest. That was awesome. 559 Fights, which is coming up on the 23rd. Go check it out, people. It's a good time. I know because that's where me and Kaelyn first met. Yay! And we had a blast, and that's where she got her free cane shirt, which she is currently rocking right now.
I am. It's
That's
shrunk.
dope.
I'm all pissed. I washed it once and it shrunk. Oh well.
That does happen, but it should be good now. It should be good. I'm a big dude, so I always gotta like stretch my stuff out. I'm like,
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't have any UFC this weekend.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I was looking at the website.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to it.
I thought we did, but I can't say what they were, so maybe not. Maybe it was the next fight card.
It's that fight card is the following week. It's on the 9th.
Oh, gotcha.
Chris Dawkins, who I wanted to win, but I'm shocked that he didn't.
I wanted Curtis Blades to win. I'm glad he won.
And he won.
I think he needed to win.
After seeing Dawkins again, I was like, he has a build like Tim Sylvia. I don't know if you know who Tim Sylvia is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Oh, thank God. He has a build like Tim Sylvia, so he's not built, but he's kind of funky looking. And I don't mean that in a mean way because I'm overweight. I'm fat. So, I mean, who am I to talk shit? But he has this really weird body type, and he looks like he could go to 205. And so I've heard that comment from many people after the fact because the way he's built, he could go 205, and I think he'd probably do pretty good there.
Yeah, well, if he wants to go
Cut the weight.
Yeah, that might be tough. I don't know.
That's true. That would be a pretty big task, but I think he could do it. But that's personal opinion. So Alexa Grasso won.
Who did I pick? I don't remember.
I didn't write this stuff down.
I don't know.
Because we just kind of picked. The one I was really looking forward to was Neil Magny versus Max Griffin. Magny got the split decision over Griffin, which sucks because Griffin being a regional fighter in the sense that he competes out of Sacramento. So that didn't happen. And then Matt Brown didn't win.
Nope.
But knowing him, he'll probably still be competing for another 24 years.
I think he said that. He said something along the lines of
he said that last week that he's not retiring.
He's not retiring.
He wants to be one of the older fighters in UFC, which I'm like, do it, dude. Do it.
As long as he's still like he has it, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So that next fight, not this one. You know what I'm really excited for is the rematch with Sterling and Jan. I am so excited. I am highly irritated with Aljamain Sterling. I was like ever since that last fight. I'm just, oh man. I'm so angry, and I'm starting to think that he might be doing this on purpose to get.
Oh, has to be. Has to be. Oh yeah, I think he seems like the dude that will play that type of game.
I don't know. I actually, that's why I'm kind of mad because I didn't think he would do that because I did think he was a really good fighter, and then he pulled this thing off, and I'm like, oh, who does that? Oh man. And then
you have Piotr Jan, who's probably so pissed.
I don't know.
I'm gonna punch his face in to get my belt back.
Well, I hope so. I hope he does that and doesn't throw another illegal whatever.
Kills him. Yeah, that'd be awful.
But it's just, I don't know. And then I read some of the comments online, and everyone agrees, which makes me even more riled up. Like, yeah, like everyone else agrees too. And I even looked back, and I'm like, I wonder if I should watch that fight again because my takeaway from it when I watched it was that he was getting killed anyways, besides that illegal knee. Like, yeah, that's messed up, sure. But before that,
But
he
he was
was
getting
not
lit up.
winning that fight. He was getting
Yes.
killed. And I just feel like his posts and stuff, he made it sound like he was winning or something. And I'm like, no, you were not winning. And you took the belt like a, I don't know.
Like a sucker, like a chump. You stole that
like
belt.
a fraud. He's a fraud. Like, as of right now, he's a fraud. And I have zero respect for him. Man, that holy
why I
fuck
can't
now.
wait
So
for
that's
this
why I'm
rematch.
thinking, like, you know what? He can't be like that. He can't really think that he deserves that belt. Maybe he's doing it to get a rise out of everyone because everyone for sure is gonna watch, because of that, because there's a lot of people that feel the same way I do. So I don't know. It's kind of like a Colby Covington situation where he just wants to get under your skin no matter what. I wonder if this is his plan, because Sterling, I don't know, he's not he's popular, but he's not like someone everyone's talking about a lot, and maybe he wants to be that and he's kind of doing the bad guy route. I don't know. Or he's really
Because
like that,
Conor
which is
McGregor, went that route in the
yeah, but
way
he
of
backed it
being
up
the bad
though.
guy.
He
Very
backed it
true.
up
You're
most
right.
of the time. Not lately, but
But verbally is what I meant.
Yeah. So, and then like I think Sterling, I think it was Sterling that had that really bad that knockout here in Fresno. I believe it was him. Oh, so long ago, but he was out for a while. He had a really bad knockout and was out for a while, some kind of issue. Then he comes back and then does this. Then he takes the belt and then decides to go get surgery and holds up the whole division over a belt he never even won. God, it makes me so mad.
I have to
I
agree.
can't
and
wait
that's
to
why
see him
I'm
lose.
looking forward to it.
Because I really think Jan can pull it off. He's tough, and Sterling talks as if he's got some secret in his pocket that he's going to use to win the fight. But I'm like, man, he was getting killed in that first one, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I know what it is. A gun, because that's the only way he's going to retain that belt is if he shoots him.
Yeah. He's not on Jan's level at all. So I don't know, but I'm looking forward to seeing this fight go down.
As am I.
Yeah. And I think Jan was having some issues with a visa. But I think he cleared it up, so I'm relieved.
Same here, because that would suck to not be able to fight just because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that takes place next week, and so I imagine that if either of them are traveling, they've either already done it or they will be pretty quick, probably sometime this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't wait for this one.
You shall definitely. Yeah, that's coming up. That's
he's such a chump, man. Week. What a loser. Oh, I hate him.
Yeah, it's next week. It's on the night. So
and then
that should be awesome.
I feel like he held on to that belt. He's like, I'm going to take this
way
belt
too long.
And then I'm going to go get surgery. So, guess I just have to keep it, right? I'm going to take pictures like I'm a champ, even though I'm not.
We'll put it up on my mantle like I won it myself.
It probably is. Oh,
doesn't that annoy the shit out of you?
I hate him forever. That is like, it's just low of someone, I don't know. I hate it. It's one thing just to talk shit and then fight and be a good fighter, but to be a fake champion because of a disqualification and you were losing, hell no.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and move on from that.
Yeah.
Some sad news. Stephan Bonner, Hall of Fame UFC fighter.
Oh yeah.
A house fire happened and it destroyed his house. Like it's really unfortunate. It lost everything. This heard about this happened in Henderson, Nevada. Man.
Nice house too. That sucks. I hope he's not like ruined from this. I hope he has a way to rebuild. You know what I mean? I hope he didn't lose his whole life there,
I hope not, but that fire seemed pretty serious that I just showed. So
I wonder what happened or how it started or, was it an accident? I mean, probably an accident, but just wonder how, hopefully insurance can take care of that. I hope.
Hopefully.
So he really doesn't lose, too much, because he's not fighting anymore. This was back a long time ago. I hope he's set,
A
And a GoFundMe,
GoFundMe has
that's
already
good.
been set up,
Good.
and Don Fry and Adam Hunter, who
Good.
I sent you some of his stuff. He's pretty funny. Has donated
10
and
grand.
they're
That's
hoping
good.
They're hoping to hit 10 grand.
Oh man.
We shall see, but that sucks.
Yeah.
Ooh, some of the aftermath of it.
What a nice house too.
No.
Man. Where's he? You said Nevada. He's in Nevada.
Yeah, in Henderson.
Oh.
So I believe that's not too far from Vegas, to my knowledge. But then again, my knowledge of Vegas is very limited to the Strip.
Yeah.
And not the Strip. The airport, that's it.
Yeah.
I saw they had some premier outlets when I was over there. I was like, oh, that's cool. And kept going. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Ben Rothwell is no longer with the UFC. They released him, and so his fight with Alexander Gustafsson has been canceled.
I didn't even know they were scheduled to fight, but I don't think I've ever heard of a fighter getting cut from UFC that had a fight scheduled.
Yeah.
So something happened there. But
he also went 9-8, so I feel like he was probably 4 fights there longer than he should have been with.
No, yeah, for sure.
9-8.
Right. No, I get that. But I mean, they went so far as to schedule him with Gustafsson, and then
that's true. But with Gustafsson, I mean, he did retire, but he came back, so he still has time. It says it's not clear if he will remain on the card against a different opponent. So we shall see what happens with that. Short notice, probably not, but they will reschedule him pretty quick.
Yeah,
because he is a good fighter, a solid fighter. And then also, we'll talk about more of the UFC next week about that card. So we just had to bring up the whole Aljamain Sterling thing, of course. That's always fun, isn't it? All right. That's all I really got. Like, there's not a whole lot that went on.
Not much happened this week.
No, just unfortunate stuff that happened, especially with Stephan Bonner and his house. Like, that sucks. You never want to hear about somebody's, somebody you know. That'd be horrible. But to hear a story like that is just, it's terrible. So
yeah, you sent me something else.
Did I?
Yeah. Something I thought it was interesting.
Was it
what's his name? The Ukrainian fighter.
Oh, that's it. Thank you. I'm glad you said that because I almost forgot.
Yeah.
I did pull that story. Yeah, Bellator champ Yaroslav I'm bad at names. We all know that. Amosov brings his title belt on active duty while fighting for Ukraine. Whoa, that's a fucking stud.
Yeah, that's a perfect. I feel like that's what he should be doing, and he's doing it, so that's good. I don't want anybody to have to do that. You don't want anyone to have to do that, but that's great that he's a fighter through and through.
Oh man, stud.
Yeah,
especially to do something like that. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, but also I think they have to be honest. I think if they live there was a mandatory for men they couldn't leave. They did have to stay.
I imagine that. Yeah, I imagine you're right on that because I've heard of.
But he's perfect for it. It's perfect. You got a picture of him with his belt there and his uniform. It's pretty cool to see someone in action like that. Actually, doing what they.
Defending the homeland. He's like, fuck this title. I'm defending my home.
I guess I have to.
Right?
And I don't know a lot about this, but I do hear things are turning around over there. I heard that maybe.
I've been hearing this and that.
They're
so
all right. They might survive,
so.
At least. I don't know about their land. It's pretty, messed up over there. But I hear that maybe they might pull through.
Look at there he is with his squad.
And his belt. I love that picture.
That's a stud right there, I swear.
Yeah, that's great.
He had to withdraw. Oh, okay. Because of his commitment to Ukraine, he had to withdraw
Yeah.
from a fight. And so an interim belt is being implemented for the welterweight division.
Well,
And
yes.
with the war ongoing, there is no timeline for his return.
You never know. Who knows what's going to happen?
I hope he comes out fine. Like, I hope it ends soon. And I hope he's all good.
Yeah, that reminds me of who is it? The Korean Zombie, where he had to, not that they were in a war, but he had to do his duty of a few years of service, I think. So he had
I did hear about that put a pause on his career for a period of time.
A pause on like the part of his career that you know
that's like most important, essentially.
Yeah, those years were pretty important, but when he came back, he pulled it off still. So that was kind of cool to see him come back.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
So that guy is the fucking, to me, man of the year for being able to fucking pull that. He's like, not only am I going to shoot these motherfuckers, I'm going to have my belt right here with me.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I like that.
Like,
save the belt. Don't let it get blown up.
Right? That'd be awesome if it was bulletproof.
Put it on. We'll see.
He just wears it and he's like, yeah.
Just wear it over the shoulder there. Protect this area.
Bring it, bitches.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at the MMA Mainstream Podcast. I'm James. That's Kaelyn. And we will see you guys next time.